Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Red Panda Reggie and today we're talking Planet Zoo, a zoo simulation game that came out in 2019 and has currently had 3 years of support with hopefully more to come. In December, Frontiers Planet Zoo released the Grasslands Animal Pack, which had several stunning species from our planet's plains and savannas. Now going into 2023, what could be Planet Zoo's 4th year? The community is wondering what is next. There are still many animals to be added into the game, so let's do part 1 of DLC speculation for the future of Planet Zoo. To start off, we have the Islands Pack and Islands Animal Pack. These two are interchangeable, though I prefer the Animal Pack. So let's begin with the Scenery Pack. The scenery would of course include signs for each of the animals included in the pack. I'm stumbling on my words here. But scenery could be some Madagascan, Maori, New Guinean, Hawaiian building pieces. Some plants could include Norfolk Island pines, Hawaiian fan palm, New Zealand cabbage tree, Dutch screw pine, and traveller's palm. Now onto the animals. The animals will include the Tasmanian devil, the largest carnivorous marsupial in the world and the most requested animal in the game currently. They are known for their haunting screeching, their black and white coloration, and their very powerful bite, one of the strongest of any mammal. Then next up is the apex predator of Madagascar, the fossa, a distant relative of the mongoose. They prowl the forest floor and will follow their prey into the trees, and like their leaping lemur prey, will also leap through the branches after them. They are cathameral, which means they are awake in both the day and the night. Next is the most famous animal from New Zealand, the North Island brown kiwi. This small ratite is found throughout the forests of New Zealand's North Island. They are omnivorous, feeding on several invertebrates, fruit and plant matter, using their long thin beak to dig into the soil and into holes to catch their prey. The final habitat animal is the Goodfellow's tree kangaroo, a tree-dwelling marsupial from Papua New Guinea's rainforests. Their long tail gives them great balance in the treetops. Their feet have rubbery soles which help them grip to the trees with their long sharp claws. This is a shy species and is crepuscular, most active at dusk and dawn. The exhibit animal or exhibit animals is a selection of parrots from the subfamily Lorinae. Many of these species are found on islands in Oceania, primarily Papua New Guinea. The species included is the hyper-popular rainbow lorikeet, found in many zoos across the world in walkthrough exhibits. As well as the lorikeet comes 3 species of lory, the red lory, the black-capped lory, and dusky lory of New Guinea. I almost said New Zealand there. And a few offshore islands from those specific islands. The final species is the double-eyed fig parrot, so named because of the blue spot on either side of the face, which is the same size as their eye, funny enough. A few alternatives include the extraordinary cargo of New Caledonia. There are so many islands with the word new, living in dense mountainous forests on the island. The southern rockhopper penguin, one of the many species of crested penguins from the southern hemisphere, found on many subantarctic islands such as the Falklands off the coast of Patagonia in South America. The quokka, a small marsupial best known as the happiest animal on earth because of the smile they appear to have, and are currently not camera shy with tourists who visit Rottnest Island either. Lastly, the rhinoceros iguana, a large species from Haiti in the Caribbean. They get their name from the horn they exhibit on their snouts. Moving on to the island's animal pack, we have the Tasmanian devil, fossa, North Island brown kiwi, Goodfellow's tree kangaroo, and Lorinae parrots, and their alternatives from the previous example. In this pack, we have the walrus, one of the largest pinnipeds in the world after the 2 species of elephant seal. Their distinctive tusks make them one of the most iconic Arctic animals, found on many islands in the Arctic Ocean. The southern rockhopper penguin returns as another habitat animal. In this pack, we have a second exhibit animal, which is one of the most unique reptiles on Earth, the tuatara. Not a lizard, as it may often appear, but they have been around since before the age of the dinosaurs and have lasted long after them too. The tuatara, however, is the last of its kind that remains. Continuing with the Lorinae parrots, the cargo, quokka, rhinoceros iguana. However, we have a few new alternatives, including the Matsky's tree kangaroo. There we go. As it is the second most common species of tree kangaroo kept in zoos worldwide, also from Papua New Guinea, exhibiting similar coloration to the Goodfellows. Another is the Madagascan cockerel sapaka, a critically endangered species from the dry deciduous forests of northwest Madagascar. Many long words here. The next DLC is for a Highlands theme pack, and an animal pack idea which I also prefer. This pack includes animals from the mountainous regions from around the world. The scenery that would be included could be Incan architecture, Ethiopian Simeon Mountains architecture, some horizontal log pieces, and log roofs, much like what can be seen in many parts of alpine regions in the US and Canada. Some new plants like Andean frailejones, Patagonian cypress, monkey puzzle trees, deodar cedars, and Himalayan dwarf bamboo, with possibly more. Now for the animals. First up is the wolverine, one of the largest and most adaptable mustelids found in the Arctic, subarctic, and boreal forest regions of the enormous, the northern hemisphere in Eurasia, western North America, and western North America. Thought I had more there. Anyway, they're powerful predators capable of bringing down prey far larger than themselves, such as reindeer. Next is the gelada, a primate with thick fur to keep them warm in the high Ethiopian highlands. They are herbivores, feeding exclusively upon grass, blades, and bulbs. Males exhibit a thick mantle or mane that protects them in fights for mates and territory, as well as lifting their upper lip to show off huge canine teeth to rivals. Tycoon or goat antelope are another requested mountain species with 4 separate subspecies: the Sichuan, Golden, Mishmi, and Bhutan Tycoon found in different areas around the Central Asian highlands. The Tycoon with the muskox are the 2 largest members of the sheep and goat family. Next is the spectacled or Andean bear, and it is a one-of-a-kind species from the Andean mountain range, as it is the only living relative of the extinct short-faced bears, which were a dominant carnivore of the Americas during the Pleistocene, aka the Ice Age. They are a bear, well adapted for climbing both in trees and high mountains, searching for all kinds of foods, as like most bears, they are omnivorous. The exhibit animal I have selected for the pack is the kea, one of the most intelligent birds and an omnivorous bird which has been known to kill seabird chicks. These parrots are found in high alpine regions in New Zealand, particularly in the South Island. I think it's actually only the South Island. With a curious nature, the kea has a naturally curious and trusting nature. I didn't have to double it down. And is curious around people, surprisingly, which would make them a great addition to walkthrough exhibits. Alternatives for this pack include the hamadryas baboon, a species found around the Red Sea, living on tall rugged cliffs, steps down to the plains and brushland. Males of the species exhibit a distinct silver mantle of hair. The Lahorse monkey that lives in mountainous forests in East Africa, characterized by their black coloration and white necks. The Himalayan monal is a pheasant that lives in the Himalayan forests and scrublands from altitudes between 2,000 to above 4,000 meters. The wild yak, the second largest bovine in Asia, living high on the Tibetan Plateau and along the Himalayas. And lastly, the Rocky Mountain goat, one of the largest in the world, distinct with their white fur and robust build. In the animal pack, the animals that appeared previously are included with the previous alternatives also appearing. The additional habitat animals are the markhor, a wild goat from the western Himalayas, with the males displaying a magnificent pair of spiraling horns. From the spectacled bear, we go to the Pallas's cat. Often called the grumpiest cat in the world, the Pallas's cat is the highest living cat in the world, even higher than snow leopards. The rock hyrax, or dassie, is a small mammal that lives on cliff-sides, koppies, and mountains across southern and along the Sahel region to the Red Sea in Africa. The new alternatives include the huanaco, the wild ancestor of the llama. Where is it? There it is. And is found across the Andes and into the Atacama Desert. Finally, the Chinese giant salamander that is found in mountain streams and lakes of the Yangtze Basin in central China. Descending from the highlands, we now cover the tropical rainforest animal pack. This pack includes animals from rainforests from around the world, from the Amazon, Costa Rican forests, Congo, Madagascar, and Southeast Asia. Some new plants that you could already see could be included in the update. These include the Rafflesia flower, another corpse plant that smells like rotting flesh, the Nepenthes pitcher plant, breadfruit trees, banyan tree, tahina palms, and Monstera philodendrons. There we go. The flagship of the pack is the Linnaeus' two-toed sloth, a species found throughout the Amazon rainforest and is a highly requested animal as they are prevalent in zoos around the world, with several institutions in the US exhibiting them. Next is the Geoffroy spider monkey, an endangered primate specialized for life in the canopy. I almost said capony. I don't know what that is. With a prehensile tail that acts as a fifth limb. The golden lion tamarin, another endangered primate that is found in the Atlantic forest of eastern Brazil, distinct with bright orange fur. The red river hog, a common sight of the Congo with its distinctive orange hair, it is the most colourful pig species, funny enough. The false gharial, a personal favourite of mine, this prehistoric-looking animal resembles the critically endangered gharial from the Indian subcontinent, and it is found from the Malayan Peninsula into 3 of Indonesia's largest islands, Borneo, Sumatra, and Java. The fishing cat is a unique hunter of southern Asia. Equipped with webbed feet, this crafty feline could utilize a new enrichment item in the form of a fishing pool, where it can show off its unique hunting methods. The South American coati is a relative of raccoons in the same group as raccoons. The two share similar traits such as an omnivorous diet, there we go, the ability to climb and walk in a similar manner too. The panther chameleon is a highly requested lizard known for its colorful patterns, long tongues, and they can rotate their eyes separately to look in 2 directions at once. This is a feature that is unique to all chameleons. Among lizards, they are probably the most unique. The alternatives for the pack include the ocelot, one of America's smallest cats. It is found through the jungles of much of South and Central America, hunting primarily in the trees, catching birds and monkeys. The black howler monkey is one of the loudest land mammals, as its calls can be heard from about 3 miles, aka 4.8 kilometers away. The Guianan squirrel monkey is one of the most common primates in captivity, with captive representation from the USA to Singapore. Finally, the greater mouse deer, one of the smallest hoofed mammals in the world. It is mostly herbivorous, but it has been known to eat insects. Finally, the last of the video is the Desert Animal Pack, covering animals from the Sahara, Kalahari, Australian, and Sonoran deserts. The plants included with the update in this DLC include the Sturt's desert pea from the Australian outback, the ocotillo plant from the Americas, the snake plant, which I often see in nice pots, the short-leaved aloe, and camelthorn trees, both dead and living versions, to create really cool desert backdrops. The flagship, of course, is the dromedary camel, the only species of one-hump camel living today, found in North Africa, the Middle East, and invasive populations in Australian deserts. Next is the critically endangered addax, a species of spiral-horned antelope from North Africa currently surviving in Mauritania, Chad, and Niger, with reintroduction efforts in Morocco and Tunisia, because they used to be found across North Africa before they were hunted. The yellow-footed rock wallaby, with its distinct ringtail and yellow arms and legs. They are found on rocky outcrops and cliffs in the deserts of South Australia, Queensland, and New South Wales. The hamadryas baboon, established before, is found around the Red Sea in countries such as Ethiopia, Somalia, Djibouti, Eritrea, far southwest Saudi Arabia, and Yemen, and the males can be seen with a long silver mane. The cold peccary is a species of wild pig found throughout the Americas from the southwest USA down through Central America into northern North America. Wait, northern North America? No, northern South America. Oh, I'm an idiot. In countries such as Ecuador and others. Didn't realize that was actually close to the end of that segment. The honey badger, or ratel, is often called the toughest animal in Africa. Being so aggressive, it is able to fend off the big cats and hyenas. They're also immune to bee and snake venom, particularly black mambas, which is very tough. They are found throughout Africa, from the Kalahari up into the Sahel region and Sahara, as well as across through Western Asia and the Indian subcontinent. The greater roadrunner is one of the fastest land birds in North America, catching insects, frogs, lizards, and small mammals in the desert, though the real animal doesn't often outsmart coyotes like in cartoons. The thorny devil is one of Australia's most unique kinds of lizards, not just because of their appearance. They have evolved a way to get the smallest amount of water from the smallest sources. They dip their feet in the water and absorb it up through the grooves between their scales up to their mouth. The alternatives for this pack include the ocelot, which can be found in the southwest USA, particularly in the Sonoran Desert. There is also the western spotted skunk, along with its eastern counterpart, is known for doing a handstand before spraying attackers such as coyotes and people. The ringtail or ringtail cat, which is related to raccoons and coatis, I was about to say coyotes, no, they're canids, is found in the southwestern regions of the US and throughout Mexico. The sand cat of the Sahara Desert is one of the smallest cats in the world and is nocturnal, venturing out of their dens when it is cooler during the night and sleeping through the heat of the day. And lastly, the African wild donkey is Africa's only equine outside of the zebras, with both subspecies critically endangered due to overhunting and habitat loss. They have noticeable striped legs, which set them apart from other donkey species. And there you have it. That is part 1 of this DLC speculation series. Not glamorous by any stretch of the mile. Keep an eye out for part 2, which will cover some animal packs, some expansions, and what I think the final DLC of the game should look like. Like and subscribe if you like the content and would like to see more. As for now, this is Red Panda Reggie signing off, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. See you later!